H-Town, what's up? You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the number one sports talk show in the country, in the world. Let me tell you something. I don't care. Yours truly, Robert Haddle, alongside Jim Hicks. But let me tell y'all something. We coming to you live from all over the world. Let me tell you something. We're broadcasting on YouTube. We're broadcasting on Facebook. We're going to be, in the future, we're going to be broadcast because we got the capabilities right now to be on Instagram and the rest of them. But, you know what? Share the show. Because I know this. Y'all, I'm about a couple of minutes behind because I was consuming some information that I just did. I'm telling y'all, this one day I just wanted to keep consuming and 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 keep consuming. I didn't want to start the show. I could have went for another 2 hours just studying and doing some stuff that stuff I'm learning in business and life and everything. It's just and I can't wait to get back to it. As soon as the show though, I just can't wait. But y'all are so important to me. When I get phone calls like I got yesterday, I understand the value of this platform, and I don't take it for granted. That's why I tell you to text, tag, and tell somebody about this show. Tell them to get to the Chop Shop. Your whole family will be blessed. Your family gonna learn something. You gonna learn something. But shout out to Thaddeus Moody, Rod Wells, Simeon Sims, Daryl Anderson. He is cruising in Mexico on a carnival breeze. And Rod Wells is happy because the Blue Heaven, also known as the Los Dodgers, won. I guess I'll be at the parade sometime this week. Joe Lewis, what's up, baby? Who is that? And Rod Wells said there's no asterisks in this World Series. No. They're pretty good. Yeah, best team money can buy. Yeah, third best team money can buy. Rod Wells don't like that. Dodgers completed the largest comeback win in the clinching game, trail 5-4-0 and 4 innings. Thank you, Rod Wells. Thank you. That is Moody. Yeah, you charged my battery up yesterday. Third of Sterling Creeks. Barry is gonna be good today. Matt is gonna be good today. Matt, this is a good show. It's a good show. Matt Shoot. Let me tell y'all something. His man on the screen right now named Matt Shoot. If you want to learn how to play golf, text me email me at chopshophtx@gmail.com. Or you can look him up, Matt Shoe, Schewe. Everybody that I've ever had to go to him liked the game more, loved the game. He transformed. I guess I could hit the ball when when I met him, but I understand the game a lot better. And Matt, I'm just thinking about me even over the last 2 or 3 years, because I've been playing a lot of golf in the last 2 or 3 years. Because I took off 5 years to follow my son around the country playing basketball. So I didn't play golf at all for 5 years, and didn't never know I was going to get back to playing a game that served as a great place for me for serenity. Um, Mentally it puts me in a space that no other thing puts me in. That's why I love the game. When I'm out on the golf course, I don't wear no worries in the world. I worry about, I was going through a big breakup, big divorce a long time ago, and golf helped me through that. I've never told this story publicly, but it helped me through it. And great game, and it's great. And now I understand. I used to just hit the ball. Now I know why I'm hitting the ball. Now I know what I'm doing. I can watch you and say, I'm watching. I did back then. I didn't know what the feet. I was just doing. I didn't know what my feet was doing. I didn't know what my hips were doing. I didn't know what my arms were doing. I just was doing it. And whatever Matt told me to do, I just put it there. Now I understand the why. And that's what's so unique about this game, Landon. I don't know if you ever played it before. Golf is a unique game, and one of the best teachers of the game, PGA professional, is on the screen right now. Matt Shue uh, is on the screen right now. So it's an honor to have him on. Been knowing him for so many years, man, and he helped me in my journey in playing golf. So if you want to learn this game, want to learn, I know you want to just go out there with your friends, go out there, yeah, and go out and fall in love with the game first. And when you get serious, call Matt. Or if you just want to learn how to do it right, see, unlike a lot of people, Robert Hatter just did things different. I did golf. I don't know if anybody ever did this. I tell people all the time. I left. I was at a men's retreat with my church. I came and the guys were out. You know, a lot of us was out playing basketball. There was a few guys hitting the golf ball. So I went over there with them, and they let me hit a 9-iron. I'll never forget. Share the show because it's important. I never forget. I hit a 9-iron, and I kept hitting it, and I kept hitting it, and I kept hitting it, and my hands were had calluses, and it was messed up because the guy just gave me the club. He didn't teach me how to hit, so you have to know how to hold the club, the grip. And then what I did, my office was downtown. I went to the downtown library, Matt, and I read every book in the downtown library on golf because I wanted to know. I just wanted to know, man. First of all, I want to know how do I keep these damn calluses and scrapes off my hand because I was holding it. So, but Matt, what I learned, Matt, in reading so many books, the instructional books, you know, it was life story books. It was the mental side, Bob Rotella, the Dave Peltz, Golf My Way, Jack Nicklaus, Greg Norman's book. Who else? The Harvey Penix book. I just went through the Ben Hogan book. I mean, I just went through. So I'm just trying to go through all these books in my mind that I read, but the instructional books, Landon, they all came. They always started. The first chapter was the grip, the stance, and the posture. Every time, it's common denominator. So what I learned was, because grip was always first. The thing that didn't nobody show me that could have prevented me from having the calluses. If somebody had told me that, what I'm telling you right now, I'm just making you skip some steps. The grip is the most important thing because why? They said, and I said, why? Because it's the only thing that holds the club. Whatever you do here is where your ball gonna go. Wow, light bulb. Your stance, how you stand up to the ball. You can't slump down to it. You can't stand too close. You can't lean it. You got to stand with, the stance got to be with correct posture. That's the third one. So when I learned, and people just went, well, Robert, you can play. I studied the game. Y'all say y'all love basketball, young fellas. Y'all know I'm gonna have a pivot. Study the game. You don't watch film. You don't watch the NBA. And you say you want to go there and you never watch it. The Texans are on tonight, on the tube tonight. They the pros. You better watch it. If you're a football player, that's where you want to go. What's up, Jameson? Hey, Lakeisha. Hey, Brandon. Brandon, you know I always like to communicate life with y'all. I'd like to, because y'all need to share this show. Hey, I'm setting y'all up now. I'm setting y'all up because it's going to be good. So y'all need to be calling your friend. He said, I'm left-handed golfer, Rob. I want to learn how to hit from the right side since my left hand is dominant. I'm left-handed. Let me find an ink pen. I'm left-handed and I hit right-handed. I I just hit right-handed. But I do shoot basketball right-handed, and I bat right-handed. I'm weird. I don't know what happened to me. I hammer. I do domestic stuff like I screw nails and stuff in, and screws in and out with my left hand. But I play tennis left-handed. What else? Let's see. I'm weird. I'm weird. I eat left-handed, and but Simeon, I'm glad you said that. But it don't matter who your dominant hand is, because it's some right-handers. Hold up, Phil Mickelson is right-handed, but he hits left-handed. So it don't matter. Just learn. You got to learn the proper way, man. You got to learn the proper way. And I'm giving y'all a shout out to Matt Shue. Call him and say, Matt, look, Matt, this what I want to do. This what I want to do. And he gonna take your sport and translate your sport into boy, that's a hell of a Matt Shue commercial. He gonna he gonna teach you, because he want to know about you. So he gonna try to help you. He'll help you. I promise you here. But Lakeisha, how you doing? Let me see where I'm gonna start today. I want to go and get it in, because I got a lot to do. I like to cover, a lot to cover. I saw, but I want the Texans going to play tonight. They're going to play the Jets tonight. I hope they win their game. But people thinking, hey, man, but I got a question. Is the guy C.J. Stroud, is he leveling off? He said, my backswings feel more natural. Let me explain something to you about golf. Let me help you right now. There's nothing natural about golf. Ain't nothing natural about golf. Ain't nothing natural about gripping no club like this. Ain't nothing natural about getting in a stance like that. Ain't nothing natural. So if you looking for natural in golf, you're gonna miss the point. So don't. Everything he gonna teach you is gonna seem unnatural. If it's natural, it probably ain't gonna be good in golf. Matt, this ain't from a PGA. I'm just telling you from my point of view, and me learning this game for so long, ain't nothing. Your backswing feel more natural. Ain't got nothing to do with natural. Ain't got nothing to do with natural. It's the right way for your body type. Now, everybody got a different swing, but it's nothing natural. I ain't no other swing like this. Baseball swing ain't like it. Hockey swing ain't like it. Ain't nothing. Yeah, okay, it feels better. Yeah, okay, feel better. But guess what? If it feel right, I ain't gonna lie. Every time I go back to Matt and get, I'm glad you said that. Every time I go back to Matt and get a tune up, first thing come out of his mouth, Robert, you're too close to the ball. Because what? That feels good, Simeon. I like to be closer to the ball. It feels good. But Robert, you're too close to the ball. You got to give your arms room enough to swing. But Simeon, it feels good. It feels good for me to have it close to my body. But it messing my swing up. So when you go get tune-ups, first thing, that's why I love it. He'll sit back there and won't say nothing. And I just be swinging. He'll sit back there and say nothing. And then he'll come up and say, this here. And I got this thing that I know when I go back to him, even on the golf course, I know people be laughing at me, because sometimes I got an alignment problem. Maybe it's my eyes, maybe it's me. I have he said you're totally correct. I got an alignment problem. I just can't line. I don't line up. I put it like this. When I'm in alignment, that's the 4th chapter. When I'm in alignment, I'm the best golf. I'm playing my best golf. When I'm not in alignment, and Matt said, Robert, you open. I always open up. I don't know why I want to open up. He said, and then he told me something. He said, whenever he gave me this thing for about a month, I was doing it. He said, whenever you think you line up correctly, line up a little bit more to your right. Just do it. Don't think about it. Just do it. I said, oh, wow. So that's my guy, Matt Shue. But y'all, I was just thinking about something. Saw LeBron last night. Saw how he emotional at the end of a video. His son played in his hometown. I think I had it. I think I got it. Did I put it on here? I didn't. Come on, Rob. Come on, Rob. I know. I think this is it. I think I think this is it. Let's try this one. Watch this. I'm gonna play it again. I can imagine how he felt. He just had to cover up his face. I can imagine how he felt. And son hit his first basket last night. I got that for you too. His first basket. That was the visiting team. That was, y'all, let me tell y'all something. I'm smart enough to know that it helped immensely that LeBron James is his dad. But this kid gonna leave there after this road trip and go like they always plan all the time and go spend some time so he can play all the minutes and make all the mistakes he wants to in the G League. And that G League team gonna be competitive too. They got a couple of dudes on that can play. But you know, I just think about stuff y'all hate it. If I'm not talking to you, I'm not talking to you. But y'all hate it on LeVar and his sons. Uh, y'all hate it on Deion Sanders and his son. And I'm talking about y'all. I'm just talking to the haters out there. Y'all hate it. You're hating on LeBron James and Bronny. We got to do better. We got to do better. But shout out to Blue Heaven. They were down 5-0, had a comeback win last night. The Dodgers. It was 5-0, 5-0, and I think I walked out and did something. I came back a little later. It was 5-5. I said, "Oh." Then I watched it. Um, they did Garrett Cole, field player Aaron Judge, and a few more guys. Just did some little league type stuff, made mistakes that cost them that game last night. But you know what? The last time the Dodgers won the World Series, Donald Trump lost the presidency a week later. So I just want to I just want to throw that out there. Just want to throw that out there. Give y'all some information. But y'all, I'm watching some stuff, and I'm watching some stuff. I watched trying to see where I want to go because I got so many angles. Emotional stuff today. Somebody posted, and I saw this, and they said, I contacted a parent today about a student using excessive, profane, offensive, and vulgar language in class. And the mother replied that they talk like that at home daily, and it's perfectly fine for students to do that at school also. Hmm. Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. Y'all know I got today Got Monday, we got Tuesday. I'm gonna I know I'm gonna be on the show on Tuesday, but I'm supposed to be filming something else right after the show on Tuesday. But Sonya, remember I always tell you to be a, James Baldwin said something. He said to be a Negro in this country and to be relatively conscious is to be in a rage most all the time. James Baldwin said that. When you understand, because a lot of people don't know. Share the show, everybody. So a lot of people don't know, and it's okay. But I saw at polling locations all over the country, these MAGA people refuse to obey the law or follow the rules. Then they act like classless asses and obnoxious jerks to poll workers just doing their job. I got to show this. Share the show, everybody, because this about to get good. Watch this.
You fucking bitch.
Oh,
That's no reason. Yeah, I'll let her sir.
wow.
This is my motherfucking right here.
Wow.
Why is it defending you? It's like defending me. All right, then shut the hell up and let me vote.
Okay, Jamie. Okay, we ain't got nothing else to say. We ain't got nothing else to say.
Wow.
Next thing,
What? There it is right there.
Wow. Oh, wow. God. Oh.
Don't do that.
Wow. 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 I'm not going to help with him. You may want to help with him.
I know what I'm going to be doing next election. I'm going to be at a polling place. Women just in there doing their job. How did we get here? How did we get here? Guys, we know where we got to be at any other election after this. We know we got to be at the polling places. I never thought about it. Because I would have never thought somebody would be that damn stupid. Let me tell y'all something. While it's looking good for Kamala Harris right now, make sure you are prepared to keep voting and showing up beyond every 4 years. Y'all got to hear me. We got to give her the congressional seat she needs to be successful so that she can pass policies into law and build up the judicial branch. We got to get in there to build up the judicial. People are feeling that emboldened because if they take it to court and they keep taking it to court, the people who've been appointed to those courts is this guy who's riding around in a garbage truck on the tarmac in circles. Love you too, Mr. Lindsay. Y'all, that could have been my mama or my sisters. I just told y'all. Hold up. Let me find it. Let me find it. Just in case y'all didn't. Hold up. Just in case. Hold up. Hold up. Let me see. No, that ain't it. Hey, I got it. I got it though. I just oh man. Oh man. Hold on.
The most disrespected person in America is the black woman. The most unprotected person in America is the black woman. The most neglected person in America is the black woman. And as Muslims, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us to respect our women and to protect our women. And the only time a Muslim really gets real violent is when someone goes to molest his woman. We will kill you for our woman. I'm making it plain, yes. We will kill you for our woman. We believe that if the white man will do whatever is necessary to see that his woman gets respect and protection, then you and I will never be recognized as men until we stand up like men and place the same penalty over the head of anyone who puts his filthy hands out to put in the direction of our women.
I'll repeat. Y'all, I'm quiet for a reason. Okay, some feelings is going. I got 5 sisters. I got a daughter. Got something else for you. Got something else for you.
What was your name, Howard?
Owusu. It still is.
Still is. So what was it?
Yeah, Owusu Sadoke. That's Howard Fuller is my slave name. Howard Fuller, Owusu Sadoke is my African name. And so let me get my stuff in before you start talking, Roland. So look, let me just say this, and I want y'all to listen real carefully what I'm getting ready to say. One of the things that happens to us as a people is that we get into this woe is me conversations. And I want to talk to y'all in this way. I know 10 votes that Kamala Harris got today. You know why? Because I took 10 students from the Dr. Howard Fuller Collegiate Academy to the polls myself. And I'm going to take 3 tomorrow. And I'm saying this to y'all to say, we got to quit talking about looking at, I know somebody got to look at the data, but somebody got to go get people and take them to the polls. And I want y'all to be clear. You know why I know she got 10 votes? Because I stood there when they voted to make absolutely sure that she got 10 votes. And so what I'm trying to tell y'all, I stood in line with our kids, your children, for an hour on 60th and Capitol Drive yesterday. I stood for an hour at the Washington Park, the library, for an hour today. I went back with another 2. I'm going to take 3 tomorrow. And I know it's a problem because they got to go first to the DMV. And they got to have their birth certificates so they can get a Wisconsin ID. You can then take them to get registered, and then they can vote. But you know what? They all did it. And I held a seminar with them before we went, because there was four of them talking about, Doc, you know, like, I'm young, I don't see why I'm trying to vote. You know what I asked them? I said, do y'all like me? We love you, Doc. I'm on Social Security. You got one dude out here who talking about cutting Social Security. What about your grandparents? What? And when I got through, there wasn't nobody in our group that wasn't ready to vote, and I took them there. The last thing I want to say is this. I'm a single-issue voter. My single issue is Donald Trump. He is the most despicable-ass human being walking the face of the earth. And all of y'all out here talking about 3 cents for gas. This man wants to destroy your personhood. And so there's got to be at least one of us out here that ain't explaining about the earned tax credit or the child tax. We're saying that this is a white supremacist who is trying to destroy everything that we have fought for over the last 50 years. And I ain't got time to explain to you every damn detail about policy. This man cannot be the president of the United States. We can talk about policy after we defeat his ass. You feeling me?
What was your name, Howard?
Owusu. It's still.
Big shout out to Roland Martin, Black-owned media. Roland Martin for getting this film out. You will never see this on NBC, CNN, or Fox News. Some of y'all, this is the first time y'all ever seen this, ever. If I don't play it on this show, you probably would have never seen it. Wow, it's looking good for Kamala right now. Make sure you are prepared to keep voting and showing up. I'm going to say this again. Beyond every 4 years, we got to vote the next cycle, and the next cycle, and the next cycle, and the 2-year cycles. That's what they was doing when we said, when Barack got elected. We relaxed, Sonia. Let's give her the congressional seats she needs to be successful so that she can pass these policies into law and build up this judicial branch. Willie Jones, wasn't it powerful? But Willie Jones, you ain't seen that nowhere else, Willie Jones. That's why I tell you to share the show, Mr. Jones. If we had 1 million people watching this show right now, they would have saw it, Mr. Jones. But we don't share it. Don't just like me, share me. So I can talk about things that need to be talked about. I'm just thinking, you know, I can't get Ryan Clark off my mind right now. And I love Ryan Clark. Y'all know how I feel about Ryan Clark on ESPN. But y'all, sometimes when these people put you and give you these new contracts, this man dressed up like Bill Belichick for Halloween. How did he get that approved on inside the NFL? I got it for you. He dressed up in whiteface.
Dressed here at Inside the NFL, you just do your job. And so I'm the only coach on the set today. So what is Bill Belichick going to be? And Bill Belichick loved this outfit.
Who approved that? And I love Ryan Clark. I don't care how much they paying me. I'm not doing that. Because if a white person had did it and had blackface, we already don't. Then you put on a. When you study the minstrelsy and how blackface was so demeaning. Y'all gonna understand. This next video y'all gonna understand why I do what I do. 66 years ago, police in Monroe, North Carolina, arrested, jailed, and beat 2 black children after a white girl kissed them on the cheek. They called it the kissing case. It shattered the lives of James Thompson and David Simpson and traumatized a whole entire black community. Still today, no one, no state, no local officials or media have ever apologized to Miss Thompson, Mr. Simpson, or their families, or compensated them for violating their rights. Let me play it so y'all can understand. See, then maybe y'all would kind of understand.
On October 28, 1958, police arrested 2 black children and jailed them for months for playing a game with a white girl in Monroe, North Carolina. That morning on the playground, a white girl kissed on the cheek 2 black boys who were 8 and 9 years old. Their names were David Simpson and James Hanover Thompson. When the girl later mentioned the game to her father, he grabbed his shotgun and gathered a mob of white men to go to James's home, intent on lynching the 2 children and their mothers. The boys weren't home when the mob arrived, but police quickly found them, confronted them with weapons drawn, took them into custody, and severely beat them. Local officials held the children in jail for 6 days and prevented them from speaking with their parents or attorneys. The boys did not know why they were being arrested, and when they were taken to the police station, they were told that they were being accused of rape. While the boys were detained, a group of police officers broke into their cell wearing white sheets to intimidate them. Local white residents burned a cross on the Thompsons' lawn, fired shots into their home, and even killed James's dog. Evelyn Thompson and Jenny Simpson, the 2 boys' mothers, were fired from their jobs. Denied attorneys, James and David were both charged with assault and molestation and sentenced to indefinite terms at the state reformatory. More than 3 months later, and only after the case drew widespread attention, North Carolina's governor pardoned the boys and released them. Neither the governor nor the court admitted to any wrongdoing, and no officials ever apologized for arresting, beating, and jailing the boys, or for traumatizing the entire black community. On October...
Is this what they mean by Make America Great Again? Is this what that MAGA means? I know what Kamala Harris saying. We're not going back to that. You know what really pains me? If we come on this show and talk about some ignorant ass stuff. I come on this show. I started this show talking about the high school basketball coach up there in Dallas, a woman. We got 18 new players in the UIL politics. Then suspended her and her staff for 2 years. People be texting. You know what? What up, Doug? And we're going to talk about it. Because I don't understand why people doing that kind of widespread cheating. What the hell is wrong with high school basketball? I just don't. Do you have to cheat that damn much? Dad Moody. I told, if you're just joining this show, you don't know anything about this show. That's why I tell you to share the show. Because I know I'm going to give you some stuff you ain't heard, and I need other people to hear it. Not just you. Every day I have a dilemma. Should I talk about what's trending? Should I talk about it? Everybody that text me. I want to hear your thoughts about this lady. I want to hear your thoughts about this. Wait a minute. What's going on in Texas area sports? I read this in Dallas Morning News. What are your thoughts? We're going to talk about it. If Jimmy come on a little later, but I'm going to talk about it a little bit later. But ladies and gentlemen, we got a man walking in a polling place, cussing and calling black women out of their damn names. Not one black man in there. I know where I'm going to be the next time anybody votes. I'm being at the polling place from now on. Y'all going to see old Robert in the polling place. Let one of them come in there with that shit. I was just thinking about the moment that we are now in. 25 years ago, y'all, Robert Hatter was flying all over the world, representing clients all over. I would never thought that we would have a black president. We would have a reality star who hung out with hip-hop artists become the president for the Republicans. And then have a 50-year veteran of politics bow out of the presidency and say a black woman should be the nominee. A place where black men's leadership is in a real complex place. I'm talking about me. I'm talking about y'all. Hey, Chris. So it's all of this stuff happening now. I was just thinking about something, Chris. We are in a institution deficient community. When I think about the Jewish community, you name an issue, I can name you 3 institutions that are designed and created and funded to serve them. We are institution deficient in a way that we can't even get we can't get super boutique because we just need the Walmart to everything, to everybody. We just need so much stuff. That man said, repeat that. We are in a institution deficient community. Us. I watch it every day on this show. I just said, let's get a political pack. I ain't got one email. Chop Shop Htx at gmail.com. So we can have a coalition of people that talk about it. Not one email. We are an institution deficient community. When I think about the Jewish community, Doug, you name an issue. If we had an issue with anybody, we had these people. I can name you 3 institutions that are designed and created and funded to serve them. We are institution deficient in a way. We so institution deficient in a way that we can't even get we can't get super boutique. We can't just have, okay, super boutique mean we just can't have this over here and this over here and this over here. Because we got so many problems. We got the Walmart amount of problems. The people got to be everything to everybody because we got so many problems. Let me show y'all something. And I looked and I just watched this. When white folks, by and large, get to a certain age, somebody comes to them and say, Sonia Billingsley, you have served us with distinction. We are now going to create the Sonia Billingsley Institute for Faith and Justice. We're going to give you a salary, pay your health insurance. You get to show up without worry. And it's been a myth that the baby boomer generation, primarily post-King leadership, has blocked young people. It's a myth. By and large, they didn't have nowhere to go. Jesse Jackson, them, they didn't have nowhere to go. There wasn't nobody setting them up. Y'all, King and Malcolm died broke. Most of these cats just been trying to figure out how they gonna keep a living and keep their ego intact and have a level of importance in the community. Dorothy Height was getting wheeled into meetings at 80-something. That should have been a Dorothy Height Institute for Women in Politics. That should be a Jesse Jackson Center for Presidential Politics. That should have been an Ralph Abernathy, a center for prophetic faith and justice work. None of these cats. That was a legacy fund. So they can get out your way and let the people come in. They had to stay there to be, they still live. And our trauma kept saying, why they hating on me as a young person? Why don't they just get out of the way? Their egos keep saying, I can't say I want to retire because it's embarrassing. I don't have nowhere to go. Someone asked a question that was asked Minister Farrakhan a question. Say, if you had one thing to do different, what would it be? He said, who is the leader of the Mormons? He said, I don't know. He said, they got $100 billion in investments. And you don't know who the leader is. He said, that's what I would have done different. That was powerful. Merle Evers, Medgar Evers' wife, said, the leaders ahead of us, your only model was death. not retirement. Adam Clayton Powell, death. Martin Luther King, death. Malcolm X, death. It's our moment, not retirement. It was martyrdom. Ladies and gentlemen, Sheila Jackson Lee just passed away, an amazing voice in Houston, icon from the Black Caucus. Are we trying to see what's coming up next after somebody is 81 years old? Jeff. Y'all, I'm telling you, I want to go talk about the NBA. Because people were calling me about the NBA, just telling me about somebody just mentioned a minute ago. I know that was heavy. I see ain't nobody said nothing. Good morning. I see ain't nobody said nothing. That is Moody over there saying, wait a minute, what this man just say? Y'all, I'm going to give you something else. Because I was finna go heavy again. We ain't talking about her daughter. We talking about somebody in our community. We can't expect her daughter to keep doing it. Her mama done spent half of her life doing it, Sonya. Someone else got to do it. Somebody else got to do it. Can't put that much burden on one family. That's why I was so excited yesterday about Lauren Ashley Simmons. I ain't talking about what her daughter wants. That wasn't the issue. I'm talking about we can't expect her to be her mama. Yo, we just got, see, Jesse Jackson's son couldn't be him. He got in trouble. Martin Luther King's sons couldn't be him. Malcolm X's sons couldn't be him. We got to know, son. So what we got to understand, y'all, out here is Lauren Ashley Simmons was just like us. If I had done it right, see, I take the blame. If I had done it right, I could have kept pestering her. I just don't like to pester people. I'm just not a pester. I just can't. When I call your ass, you don't call me back. I ain't calling. You know why? I'm going to tell you why. Because whenever your ass call me, I don't care who you are, I call you back. People can't believe how quickly I call them back. Because if you took the time out the day to pick up the phone and call me, you needed something, you wanted something, you need to hear from me, I'm going to call you back. I can't understand you crazy ass people who don't call people back until you want something. But the topic was wide ranged, Yolanda. I was just talking about how this next, how our baby boom generation, you know, we got people that came behind Jesse Jackson and all them talking about the old folks won't get out the way. Talking about all the old people won't get out the way. All these old people won't get out the way and allow us. Man, the old people, white folks just set they old people up. Said, look here, man. We're going to give you a fund. We're going to name a building after you. We're going to give you a salary. We're going to give you health insurance. You go sit over there. We got this. They build legacy funds for their heroes. We don't. So that's what I was talking about. Sheila Jackson Lee just passed. She shouldn't have been 81. We should have elected Amanda Edwards a long time ago. We're still hanging on Sylvester Turner's old ass. Nothing against him. We can't. But in Sylvester's defense, have we said, look, here's the Sylvester Turner, whatever. We got you, man. See, y'all, that's how they think, y'all. I'm just telling you, that's why they be winning. That's why they always have funding. Everybody be, y'all don't even want to give money at church. It's going to the pastor. I know what Jesse Jackson is suffering from. Come on. That is Moody. Come on. Come on. But what you should have been saying, have anybody built a fund for him to sit down? Y'all ain't, because he always, y'all wheelchair him to everything. Have y'all set up a fund somewhere for him? A legacy fund. So he can just step out the way. Y'all missing the point. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't wait to Monday. But come on in, Jimmy, because I got to finish that conversation. But I just can't wait.
What y'all talking about?
Man, it's you know, I was just, you know, because, you know, just talking and talking to my guys. And, you know, I was just thinking about the moments we're in now. And we're in moments now, Jimmy, where, you know, I talked to some of my partners, you know, from way back. And we was just talking about, we never would have thought, because y'all, I ain't gonna lie, I wrote it in there. I said in my high school yearbook, I got to find it for you. I said I was gonna be the first black president, and Barack beat me to it. So, you know, but Jimmy, we was just thinking about, I would have never thought that we would have a black president 25 years ago. I wouldn't have never thought we'd have a reality star who hung out with hip hop artists to become the president for the Republicans, because I studied political science. I never thought we'd have a 50-year veteran in politics bow out of presidency. Because usually if you run for president and successful, you want a second term. But Joe Biden bowed out. He's been in politics for 50 years and said a black woman should be the nominee. I never thought I would hear that. But Jimmy, I'm in a place where black men's leadership is in a real complex place, Jimmy. You know, because I was just thinking about, I told, Dadis Moody told me to repeat it. I said, we are an institution deficient community. And I know people want to know what I'm talking about. Institution deficient. Let me help you. If you think about the Jewish community and you name an issue, anything happened to the Jewish, I can name you 3 institutions that are designed and created and funded, Jimmy, to serve whatever need they have. We are institutional deficient in a way that we can't have a super boutique cars because we got so many cars. We got the Walmart car, everything in the store, everything wrong. So we was just talking about that, and then, you know, I even talked about Malcolm and King retiring broke. You follow me? And Jimmy, Dorothy Height, she's still getting wheelchaired to meetings. Jimmy, we should have the Dorothy Height Institution for Women in Politics. Where's the Jesse Jackson Center for Presidential Politics? Where's the Ralph Abernathy a Center for Prophetic and Faith and Justice Works? None of these cats have a legacy fund. And then I mentioned lastly, I said Sheila Jackson Lee just passed away. An amazing force out of Houston. Texas icon for the Black Caucus. Are we trying to see what's coming up next for somebody 81? We should have been had somebody ready. We trying to recycle Sylvester Turner. But that's all. That's just me. Jim, that's just me. That's just me. Boy, Jim, I just think something.
They had somebody, they had a young person in place they tried to run, but she just couldn't beat the establishment. And so Sylvester was in the way.
Damn it, that
And
ain't
it's always, and
Ain't
it's always going to be, it's always have been within one side of the fence, party person number one versus person number 1A, I mean 1B.
Jamie,
or number two.
Jamie, let me help you out right quick. Kamala Harris wasn't supposed to be the nominee. They tried to push her out.
Well, I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about on the
No. I'm just showing you. We don't have to worry about establishments. Jimmy, if we hold up, if we thought about status quo and talking about we tried to run, no, we ain't try hard enough.
Well, I'm saying, but you couldn't understand though. But along the political wave, you got a young person that's groomed, and some people had groomed this young lady to be next in line to come in and put some young 30-something year old, early 40-year-old person up in there. And that way now she can go and step in the footsteps of Sheila, but then it would have taken for the OG to step to the side. Or she would have gotten the OG's blessing. And the OG, I'm saying, which is Sylvester Turner in this particular instance. And the young lady I'm talking about is
Amanda Edwards.
Amanda was the person that they had groomed. They had been grooming Amanda, but it was
Jimmy, you missing my point. You missing my point. We're talking about two different things, but keep going.
And I'm just saying, but it's so, and it's just not even in different things. It's people like her in every city. But then what happened is you fight and you realize it's politics it's a whole different degree. The more that some people out there, you start to learn or get concerned about politics, the more you will understand that TV shows like Scandal and Lioness and stuff like that, there are people in similar roles in the United States of America that
Jimmy,
that
my point was
that run stuff.
My point was there's not legacy things because you wasn't here. There's not legacy things set because how this started was I was talking about how a lot of the guys the younger people talking about y'all hating on us. You know, we talking about, all the old people in Congress, y'all hating on us, y'all want, but we haven't carved out a path for them to go somewhere. We haven't carved out a legacy fund for them to go somewhere. We don't have the legacy fund. It should have a long time ago. What's her name? Sheila Jackson Lee. I didn't know she was 81. She should have had a legacy fund for her a long time ago, so she can just bow down and support Amanda instead of trying to run against Amanda. What's his name? Sylvester Turner. He been in politics a long time. We have to figure out a way. That's all I'm saying is that's how they do it. When the white guy get older, they say, whoa, I got you. Oh, boy. We're gonna sit down, we're gonna pay your life insurance, we're gonna pay your insurance, we're gonna pay your health insurance, we're gonna give you a salary. You just show up. We just show up when you have to, not when you want to. That's how they do. That's all I'm trying to do. We got to. No. You ain't hearing me. Listen, let me hear me. We got to put ourselves in a position. We got to do that. We got to put ourselves in a position that's how we think, and we always talking about money. Man, black folks got money now. I don't want to hear all that. Oh, we ain't got the money.
Well, I'm saying, well, the money, wherever behind the money or whoever pockets the money in, the money often dictates that what you just described. They're going to sit the person down and listen. It's like in basketball. We're going to simplify the fraction. In basketball, there are coaches who get hired every single year at different schools. And guess what? A lot of them, they thinking, I'm going to take this guy with me. I might bring this guy with me. But then when they sit him down at the last phase, Some of those guys that the money would be in the room and they're explaining to them, well, this is what we need you to do. We need this guy right here. He's a good old chap. We need him on your roster. And if you want this job, you get to pick your other 3, but you got to take this one guy on your roster. That's done so often. It's done over and
Jimmy,
over.
we already know we got a perfect example in front of us. You ain't never heard of J.D. Vance until Trump announced him, right? Where did he come from, Jimmy? Peter Thiel, one of the richest men in the world, said, look, who owned PayPal, on PayPal, said, look, I want him in here. So hold up. Then his rival, hold up. Then his frenemy is Elon Musk. Both of these dudes from South Africa, apartheid South Africa. He said, look, okay, hold my beer. I got Trump. I'm finna come on the stage and do the YMCA side. And y'all know when he was jumping up on the stage with his belly out, he was trying to do the X. So I'm just saying, I understand that. But Jimmy, we got people that got money too.
Well, I'm saying, but so that means you, and a lot of times on a smaller scale, the money, whoever, once again, whoever the money,
all I'm saying is we got to start thinking like that. There's some people with money just don't think like that. You got to have a mindset to think, okay, we got to play chess. These people playing chess, but we're going to continue to play checkers if we keep making excuses. I'm not making no excuses for nobody. It's something that we need to do. So that's
some
all.
of those. Well, at the same time, a lot of them younger people. That's the whole thing. There's routes that you got to go through if you want some blessings. You got to go wax on, wax off. Ain't nobody letting you just walk up in their room and do karate and be Karate Kid. You got to come do some wax on, wax off. You got to come and go through the motions. You got to come. That's just life. But then a lot of the young people now, they figure they got it all mapped out, but they don't have the resources that's compatible with playing that game.
Why would you think the young people think they already got it mapped out? Why would you say that? I'm going to show you a young person who I honored on this show yesterday. A young woman who came into a school board meeting and gave it to Mikey Miles, whatever that dude name, Miles, and gave it to him real good and gave it to him. She was just a mother. She was just a parent advocate and came in there and gave it to him. Right now, she ran in the primary and beat out the incumbent, and now she in a race on January the 5th, now to become a state senator, a state representative. Jimmy, she doing the work. Jasmine Crockett did the work. We understand the people doing the work, but I'm saying as an organization, whoever run those organizations, we got to start putting our older people in a position that they okay, and they can. See, old people want to hang on for a long time. They want to hang on because they want to be relevant. They want to be known. They want to be this. They want to be this. Jesse Jackson, he can't help it. But we should have said, look, Jesse, we got you, but we got something else going on over here. Clyburn, your old ass, we got you. Joe Biden did it. That's what they were really doing to Joe Biden. They problem was they was trying to mess with my girl Kamala, and we weren't having it. But I understand what you're saying, but we got some people out here. That lady, Jimmy, hold on, in case you didn't know who she was, just in case you don't know who I'm talking about. This is my girl, right?
Remember me because I'm your new best friend. I'm not here on behalf of my children. I'm here on behalf of all of these kids and parents who can't attend these meetings because they have work and other obligations. I have a junior at Yates right now. I have a second grader at Lockhart Elementary. And lady right there, Miss Hensley, was right here, Miss Hensley, raise your hand, the librarian, right here in front of you, was my second grade teacher. She's the reason I'm a voracious reader to this day, because of what she instilled and input in me. I want to be clear. There's nothing I'm going to say right here that's going to change your mind about anything that you have already decided on. Because either one, you're Greg Abbott's pawn sitting down here to destroy the largest district in this city, so we can turn it over.
Now, Jimmy, she is the Democratic candidate going against the Republican. So everybody in them districts, somebody put her district up there. She in district 146, I think, or 146 or 149. Somebody put, and yesterday somebody put up all the area codes you in. You got to vote for Laura Ashley Simmons. Put that back up, Jimmy. She was just an advocate that day. And now she said, all right, okay, y'all ain't doing it right. I'm finna go do it. And guess what? A group of us yesterday, Jimmy, made sure we gave to her campaign. So that's the thing that we got to do. So now, Jimmy, I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna show you how cold this is. Oh no, you might not been on the show that day. When I played this a year and a half ago, whenever that happened, I said, could anybody get me in front of this woman? Rod Wells said, that's my cousin. He hooked me up that day. Me and her, I told her, find me a date that you can come on the Chop Shop back then. And I went back and looked at the text thread, and she didn't reply back to me. And she texted me yesterday, said, Robert, my bad. I dropped the ball. But just think about that, y'all. Before she even became this, we recognized her on this show as a woman that rocked a year and a half ago. I don't know, this might have been 2 years ago. And I said, Rod Wells, why didn't this happen? Why? So I dropped the ball because I should have just kept calling. But like I told people today, if I call your ass one time, you don't call, I think I'm just as important as you. If you don't call me back, I ain't calling you. So that's what happened. But she apologized yesterday, and she said, my life has been going and going and going. And she said, she came on another radio station. I was so pissed off, a national radio station. I said, that's the woman. That's how powerful this platform is. Well, we got to quit playing around and just think this just a little show I can just show up and play around with. No, this is a platform that we can raise our own congressman. And now, everybody who know anybody in them districts, please, somebody who put that up there yesterday. District 1, whatever, somebody, Trade Freight or whoever ain't doing nothing, y'all go find that district 146 or 149. I don't know which, I think it's 146 or 149. But we need to go and find that. And people in those area codes, I know I saw 77054. I remember that one. If you're in those area codes, we need to vote for that young lady and send her up there so she can deal with Greg Abbott up there. Because you already know how she is. But that's the part of the politics. Sometimes it's grassroots, Jimmy. Because she said didn't nobody give them. She just had to go from here to here, get money from here, get money from here, get money from here. That's how you start out in the beginning. But that's how you start out in the beginning. Shout out to Lauren Ashley Simmons. Hey, you rock on Thursday too. But what you got, Jimmy? Do you know her?
I've told people 100,000 times on regarding the election. I just watched TV this morning. I'm listening to, and I was driving this morning, and the talk show host was saying that one of the things about early voting, they say a block of newly registered voters, first-time voters, had a record number of those had been cast in early voting. And I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, duh, that's right along the lines that I've been telling people forever. That those, if you can get the quarterback of the football team that's 18 years old, the captain of the cheerleaders, the head dancing girl, the drum major in the band, the running back on the football field, you get those, any combination of those. And then every school has that, nowadays have that 1 or 2 or 5 or 10 social media influencers, maybe on a smaller scale. If you get some of those, then you have votes, a block that people can't even measure. That's the thing. They use tools to measure certain things. These polls, that measure, it can't measure who ain't registered to vote yet that's going to register which way they're going to go. It can't. And so my point is that we've had guys with influence that tried to go in the door in recent years. And it was funny, we talked about this several times. Former Ghetto Boys, Willie D and Scarface, both ran, came close. I remember when after the election, we published the numbers I talked about it on the Chop Shop. Scarface lost his election by less than 300 votes. 300 votes. He come off from South Acres of Sterling High School. If he could have got Sterling High School 12th graders who was I guarantee you that was at least 200 of those probably unregistered voters from Sterling High School.
Well, all of them need to vote for this woman right now.
I'm just saying, but you can go and get that. But I mean, it's too late to register now.
Yeah.
But I'm that play is a play that I bet my right pocket on because I know it can work and I know it will work for small votes. I'm talking with Joe Stevens about that, who's Justice of the Peace right now. And of course, he's attorney Joe Stevens as well now. Shout out to him. And he's like, you're right. You're right. It don't take many votes to win those small seats or Justice of the Peace or constable office seats. It don't take much. And all you got to do is put people in those seats. Then that means they get to be in the room. When they have different party lines, whatever your party lines may be, they have different gatherings. You get in the room. Once you're in the room, then you can figure it out because somebody's going to choose you or you're going to choose them. They're going to see you in the room. And they're going to see your energy or you're going to pay attention to them. You got to get in a different room. That's what my point of emphasis to you guys. Now, with that having been said, the elephant in the room again. We had one in the room Monday. Now, of course, guys, miss you guys on yesterday. Sandra back home, discharged from the hospital. So I had to pick up right in the middle of the Chop Shop. It's time to go. It's like the fire department. Say, come on, they ready. Pow, had to go. But she's back home and actually went to work today. She bought all that doggone Halloween candy, and ain't no way in the hell she gonna let that candy sit and not be able to take that stuff to school and give it out to those kiddos. So shout out to her in her healthy recovery. Got that out the way. Shout out to Kevin Freeman. I saw his wife as I was leaving my doctor's appointment this morning. She's right there in the lobby. We had a little chat, and she was going to get some she was going to the doctor's office just to have a healthy visit. So shout out to her. But the elephant in the room, Ada, is up in DFW today.
Is it an elephant?
Oh yeah.
Why?
It's elephant in the room. And that is, first of all, the UIL has penalized.
Is it an elephant?
Dallas Fate Family. Fate Family High School. The head coach received a 2-year suspension, along with two of the assistant coaches, all suspended 2 years. A decision on this is estimated. It's reported that as many as 18 transfers came into this school. It's a charter school, but they are permitted to play in the public school UIL athletic competitions. They were, I think, 4A, and they moved them up to 5A classification starting this year. This coach, Andrea Robinson, has almost 600 career wins. She's won 4 state championships. She at Fort Worth Dunbar and DeSoto High School. Ironically, DeSoto High School, we'll have them be hosting them in Houston this Saturday as the girls kick off their season in the kickoff classic. The reason I say now elephant in the room is because transferring is one thing, But when you are deemed or found to have been guilty or not being able to prove that you did not transfer for basketball purposes, that's basically how the rule is written. That you transfer for athletic purposes. And often in this today's world, there's there's rarely a clean brush that's painting behind or in front of the people. Meaning that somebody's going to often say something on social media. Somebody's going to often make a comment in front of somebody. Somebody's going to often send a text message to somebody. And any or all of those will and can come back to bite you in those hearings. I've had articles that I've written on rcsports.com more than probably 3 to 5 times that I know about that were published and introduced as evidence during those district executive committee hearings or even the appeal process at the UIL. They've used some of my stuff that I've written or quoted people and used it in those hearings. And so if
use it against the athlete,
in most
well,
cases,
you need to quit. You need to quit writing then.
No. That's if I'm quoting somebody and you put something on social media or you made a statement or a comment, I'm quoting you. This is what the deal is. And now, meanwhile,
so wait a minute. Hold up. Forget all of that. 18 new players.
As many as 18. As many as 18. That's
a lot. Thought wasn't nothing gonna happen.
Elephant in the room.
We talk about all that old debt committee and stuff. Is your will? Think about this, y'all. Cause I just thought about it this day. Cause I used to say, man, why they stopping these players from coming back? Ladies and gentlemen, do y'all want to have any competition anymore? Have LeBron messed y'all up so much that you want to stack every team? I mean, 18.
I wonder how many of them 18 thought they was gonna start.
Jimmy,
I wonder how many of them thought they was gonna start. I was looking. I was actually looking for the very first magazine, and there's an article.
Is cheating that bad?
In the very first magazine I did in November of 2003. The very first magazine that I published, that was an article. That was the first time that my articles was used in hearings.
Thank you for your. I'm just trying to figure out what makes this woman, what makes the AD, whoever it is, what makes these people think. What is it about high school basketball now? I know you want to win, but these people just blatantly just said, forget I'm under. First of all, they wasn't in the UIL at first. They can do this stuff. This woman came from DeSoto. I think, and I might be wrong, didn't DeSoto have some problems before? What would make these people think, do they want any competition? The other schools in your district can't do this, and you ain't no other school. Shadow Creek can't come get 18 damn new players, come from 18 different places. The schools they're playing, listen, in that case, UIL, I'm gonna take my jacket off. I understand what y'all talking about now. I understand what y'all talking about, because I used to always be saying, well, man, why don't they leave these kids alone? Why don't y'all ask just play with the kids that show up in your school? How about that? What's wrong with coaching the ones that show up at the school? That's what we had to do. But Robert, you think this is a new day and time. What's new about it? Why? If somebody answer that question for me, what's some coaches at? With y'all talking and splicing asses on here. Can't you just... You got your summer basketball teams you can stack. Now you want to stack the high school team against other schools that are not able to do it? And you want to run around and tell me I'm a state championship coach. Shit, you just stack teams from all... Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. Unfreaking believable. That's my problem. I don't care about the NIL. NIL, you do your job, baby. Jimmy, you do your write your reports. But me, y'all got to realize they were trying to get me, my son, to transfer and go to the school and play with. If y'all don't set y'all grown ass down somewhere, we stand right here at this school that y'all said can't do nothing, can't win, and we gonna be all right. I'm blaming you parents. I'm blaming you parents. Y'all in such a threat. Y'all, I just want to win. I just want to win. I just want to win. So you gonna go. So y'all gonna beat up little sisters of mercy because they ain't able to do what you can do. So y'all gonna beat up on the other schools. Where is the competition phase of this thing at? That's how I think about basketball, man. That's how y'all go. I gotta get out my jacket. I gotta get out my jacket now. But that's just the way I feel.
Well,
and you don't have to feel my way.
One of the things, with Coach Robinson, one thing that is definitely proven is that she has or possessed a certain amount of influence to persuade all those parents and families and kids combined to transfer from their public schools into this charter school. With that much, and a lot of these girls are very talented. A lot of these girls are Division I committees, prospects or pledges. And if a person has that much influence, I understand there's a black mark in her jacket right now, but that should be a tasty for a college coach to possibly want her on their staff. Because if she can persuade all of them right now to come with her and take the leap of faith into faith family, pun intended, then guess what? She can probably persuade them to come on to a college with her and join up, because she won't get to coach many of those because she's suspended for 2 years.
Well, maybe she need to go there where the rules don't apply. But in high school, they did her ass right.
And so the 2 years is funny because early this year, Adam, shortly after the state championships, remember it was announced that one of the assistant coaches at North Shore High School for football, he had allegedly made some contact and was basically recruiting some other players from other schools, and went on social media allegedly and, was shooting his shot, as the description would go. Well, guess what? This young man got 3 years suspension. He got 3 years suspension for attempting to get them to come on over to North Shore football program, the masses. He got 3 years suspension. The coach at Faith Family got 2 years. Got 2 years. And now those girls did come to that school, and the ruling is expected on the young ladies within the next 12 to 24 hours. The 12th graders, it is unlikely It is doubtful that they will be granted eligibility. It's possible though, meaning 12th grade. But at the same time, if you had been deemed to transfer for athletic purposes, then that's what the rule, and it's different. They don't have to. It's not like regular court where they have to prove you did. You got to prove you didn't. That's how it works with the UIL. I say it again. They don't have to prove that you did. You got to prove that you did not, because you are already accused. That's why you're there. That's why you're in these hearings. You're accused of transferring for athletic purposes. So your burden have to dwell on simply proving to them that you did not transfer for athletic purposes. And I tell people all the time, some people, I'm not saying and accusing none of the 18-ish families, but some people, in order to do it, it's a really, really simple process. Number one, if you have a kid and he's not happy or she not happy at her school, or you're not happy because you thought that ninth grade was supposed to be playing varsity or starting on varsity, and you want to get the hell out, all you gotta do is simple. You want to know how to do it without going through that? Simple. All you gotta do is go and create a pattern for whereas you got to go and have your daughter or your son go to the nurse office and say that somebody called them the N-word or somebody threatened them or somebody did this, and now you fear for your life. Somebody stole something out of the box, and you got to create a pattern that can go and can follow you. It's just that simple. If that means that much to you, then go and do that. I don't understand why some people that go the same old routes. You go to these grassroots teams, and we all know good and well how that's the rumors. We hear the rumors back in the summer. These kids, see, some people think, well, fake family came and stole your kids. Kids stole your kids. These kids get together and they in the hotel rooms during summer ball or AAU ball, and they go and they befriend each other. And guess what? And they come up with a plan. They like it. Well, man, let's go here. I'm gonna go here. Now they need somebody that's go. Hey, coach, we want to go there. We gonna go. We gonna play each other. Come on. And guess what? And it's like Paula Runner said. Some parents think they got it all mapped out. I mentioned that a very similar quote earlier in the show. Some of the people, they think they got it all mapped out, and you have to go through the motions. There are certain ways that you have to fight that tiger. It ain't many people that's gotten their cases overturned once it got the appeals overturned. In order to end up at the UIL, know what has to happen for you to end up at the UIL? At the SEC? That means you have to have gotten denied by the DEC. You ain't at the UIL for a hearing unless you got denied by the DEC. That's an appeal. That's the appeal court. And the appeal court ain't necessarily on your side. You got to change. They already got their mind made up when they come up in there. We got 4 cases. We're gonna do 6 cases this morning. What we gonna eat? What we gonna eat at? We're gonna go over there. Okay. Let's go. We're gonna go to Cheddar's. Let's get up out of it. We'll be out here at 12. They already got it mapped out when they sit down with the coffee cups. We're gonna roll through these 2. Let's go. Let's do it. Sit there and go through the motions, guys. I'm one of the very few black men that beat the UIL on a case. So I can speak on that. I say it again. I'm one of the very few black men that's in basketball that sit there in front of those people and had a decision overturned. That was in 2016. I'm not saying by no means I got it all mapped out, because the young fella, the truth just basically had to come out. They gave my nephew the platform to speak, and once he got through speaking, it was snot and wet eyes all over the room. My nephew had survived 2 drive-by shootings in Shreveport, Louisiana. He had survived 2 of them Not one drive-by shooting. He survived 2 of them. And one of them had bullets, at least 3 bullets in the headrest of the passenger seat where he was when he ducked down. The 3 bullets went through that, which would have been his head. When he told those stories and explained them, I had to get the hell out. I could not stay in that city. I want to graduate high school. I want to do something with my life. So understand, that was the truth. So it wasn't no conspiring, wasn't no moving for basketball purposes. So that's one of the reasons that enabled us to beat the UIL. But the fact still remains, we beat the UIL, whether they like it or not. We won, put it like that. Shouldn't have been there in that situation in the damn first place. Shouldn't have been in that decision at all. But back to this thing with Faith Family. Out of the UIL, the way that this stuff goes, they're a charter school that dwells within the Dallas Independent School District. So they came on the scene a few years back, and they came on the scene with rumblings because people that didn't understand, that means they can field players from anywhere within Dallas ISD can go to Faith Family. If you got a residence in DISD's attendance zone, you can go to Faith Family. So now the UIL had the jury. Now how this thing go on the classification? Whatever the lowest attendance school within that school district, that's the least for which the UIL can place you for competition levels. You follow me? Whatever the least is. So that means at the time when they came around, DISD had 4A schools, or might have been 3A, but they put them in 4A. Now they just moved them up to 3A. Move them up to 5A. The UIL people had complained, if they're going to have these, they're going to play by these rules, why not immediately just put them in 6A? Just like you did straight Jesuit ass back in 2008, 2009. Why don't you put them in there? They did it to straight Jesuit. Straight Jesuit went straight into 6A. And you could tell the punishment, especially for football purposes, because straight Jesuit always was kind of solid in football. No district they put straight Jesuit in had at that time, back in 2008, I think it was 2007, 2008, because Joey Brooks, that was their first year, and they went to state in the very first year they put them in UIL. Dallas Jesuit and straight Jesuit were the 2 private schools at that time that they put into UIL. They put straight Jesuit in the district, in the football district, well, in basketball as well, along with Katy, Cinco Ranch, Seven Lakes, and those guys. Yeah, that's the football. So it's almost like, you know what? You want to come and play with us on UIL? We got something for y'all ass. We're going to put y'all in this district. But in basketball, straight Jesuit ran through that district and made it to the state championship. Joey Brooks goes 4 for 26 from the field. And if he don't do that, and they still was only down by 4 points in the championship game, they would have won that game. Would have won that game. For sure. Stevie Rogers, Austin Clunch, all those guys back then in the days. But anyway, back to what does it mean now for moving forward? A lot of parents just got to be smarter. You can't trick these. You're not tricking this stuff, man. It's got to be smarter. The door was open for a little while. They're looking at blame Duncanvilles of the world, and they're blame the DeSotos of the world, or the Allens of the world, Allen High School, that is. I hear the blames go out there, but at the same time, all rules ain't the same for certain people. You know, all rules ain't the same. And I got a big what if. Here's the what if. What if more of these young people, just say part of the 18, let's say it was 18 transferred, let's say 9 of them was 9th graders. I'm just giving an example. I'm not saying it is, right? What if they were 9th graders and they bought into the concept, we're going to transfer to this school, but we want to play JV one year. We don't even want to play varsity. So we ain't gonna even go through that stuff. Put up on JV. And if people bought into the concept, that what I just described, if that was to happen over and over and over again, 2-3 kids at a time going to a school and decided they don't even want to. Matter of fact, we ain't worry about that. We want to play JV on purpose. First of all, it would make JV basketball more attractive because people that cover those that basketball will start going to have to go to those games. Have to go to some of them. It's the most talented kids. Then it would create a whole new system of what could happen if they don't change the rules yet again. It would make a mockery of the rule because they know that everybody wants so bad to play varsity. And this is what it's come down to and what we see with Faith Family.
Yeah, so, Rodney just said something. He said Faith Family is a product of our own South Dallas community spinning against each other. What you mean by that, Rodney? I don't understand that. What do you mean spinning against each other? Let me put that back up on the screen so we can see it. Shannon said, I was in the hearing. It was BS. What you mean it was BS? What you mean by BS? Tell me what you mean by BS. Okay. He just said Faith Family is a product of our own South Dallas community. Let me put that. I don't know why I keep going off. Spinning against each other. Explain that, Rodney. Number one. And then Shannon said, I was in the hearing. It was BS. What you mean?
What part of it was BS?
Yes.
What part of it?
What was the BS part?
Yeah. I mean, just elaborate a little bit, guys, when you're sitting up there.
We can't understand what y'all saying now because we got 1 million comments. Mark Patton says, own the UIL website. Well, we know that.
Now, Aaron asked a question. I didn't see that, Aaron, earlier. He says, does the SEC members go through a selection process? It seems like the chairman has been there forever. Those people, yeah, they're selected. There's not a voting process for them. They're selected because I know that former athletic director of Aldine ISD and HISD, Houston Independent School District, who's been working for the Houston Astros for the last decade. That's Darrell Wade. Darrell Wade is a member of the SEC. So, but they know that he has a keen knowledge of the rules from his days as the athletic director at those 2 school districts. So,
I want to address something. Jim. I want to address something. Shannon said, who is an attorney himself, he said, they provided no evidence of recruiting. Jimmy, they don't have to, Shannon.
They don't. I just said.
But he wasn't. No, he just turned on the show. He just turned on.
I get it. I'm not going to go off on it, but understand something, guys. To play this game, it's a simple word play. You got to prove that you did not transfer shit about you being recruiting. Now, if it happened to come up and it pops up because somebody says it in a testimony or in a witness statement or email them, a lot of stuff. You'd be surprised who snitches or who attempts to snitch on the person before they get there. You guys understand something. And email addresses are easy to get. I heard these guys are going to be on the docket next week or coming up soon. Hey, they live next door to me. They didn't live over there. I live on this street right there. You'd be surprised. I've seen this type of stuff happen, these type of letters. You guys would be surprised. Now, that don't make them credible. That's why they probably, what I'm saying? But people do send that stuff. People send that stuff.
What? Anonymous letter showed up at a school that I happen to go to. Just an anonymous letter. But they don't
And
have to prove it. Yeah.
you're right, Shannon. The PL form,
Uh-huh.
right? That's the
Mhm.
previous athletic participation form, PAPF. Those forms is 2 pages. They have about 18 questions on them pages, and they ask different stuff about the kid and the family. And you basically, and then it come down to it, and it's a box, and it asks the coach, do you believe that they transfer for athletic purposes? And that the coach can check no, and you still can find yourself going into a deck hearing because another coach in that district can say yes, or they can complain, or they can send an email, and it would in many cases create a deck hearing. I'm telling you. Now you have to prove that you didn't.
Yeah.
It's just that simple. Now on this PAPF stuff mentioned, I understand Faith family was not the the these PAPFs, and maybe because they knew it was so many of them. And it's funny because ironically, this year the UIL had just implemented a new rule, but it don't go into place until September of 2025. This new rule meaning that if they see an abnormal of transfers or PAPFs to a certain school, they don't even have to wait on a deck hearing anymore. Starting in September of next year, the UIL can step right in and say, let them know right there, hey, look, we're going to save you some time right now. We're just going to, y'all send us, we need these documents from you, or don't waste your time. You ain't going to be, we're not going to rule you eligible. They can proceed almost like the Supreme Court. Don't even have to wait to local court to try a case. They can go and identify power that has been granted to that SEC starting in 2025. Well, guess what? If your governor gets his way, these charter schools and these vouchers and everything will be in place soon, and you basically get to go where you want to anyway. So how would that work? How would that work? Now, this I'm not professed that. Some of you guys that are watching may know. How would the voucher stuff work if everybody can go to different private schools now and take their voucher money and whatever it is, the 9,000, whatever, and apply it towards the tuition yearly? How would that work for UIL? I'm just curious because it would empower the charter schools. And I know we're on a delay, and so I'm waiting for some of you guys to send that. Meanwhile, somebody had the comments. So you guys can do us a favor and share the show real quick if you haven't done so already. Right? Share the show real quick and share it to your timelines, share it to your pages. And I'm reading some of the comments right now. Shannon, you say that's how you say it's not true. That's how the processing the hearings. That's how they are processing the hearing, but that is not how it should be addressed. How you gonna tell the court how they should do something that they got the rule? They have the writing already established on what they're doing. You saying how they should be doing it. If you understand the rule, you'll know sometimes you got to play it backwards because that rule is considered backwards. You got to prove it. They ain't got to prove nothing. You ain't got no prosecutor in the damn hearings at the SEC. There's not a prosecutor. There are anywhere from 5 to 7 people, or 5 to 9 people will be sitting in an oval or sitting at the end of the room listening to you as you're at a table facing them, and that's what happens. That's what happens.
You good?
Yeah, and so I was reading some of the comments, and Rodney says, but once it gets that far, it's over because someone started the big lie or the rumor. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So understand, this is not the first, nor is it the last.
Jim,
And
it didn't
just so
take much for me. When I saw 18,
you made the block hot. Coach made the block hot. That dog, come on, man. What are we doing right? You can't
yeah,
do
all
that.
that talk
You made
about
the
it.
block hot. And then you can say, well, the block was too hot, man. Understand?
I don't care who's snitching, Jimmy. 18?
The block was hot. You can't do that many. You can't do that many. You got to say no. You can't do that many at one time. You got too much attention. You did the Frank Lucas. You couldn't wear that coat to that boxing match.
Woo-wee.
You couldn't do that. You made it hot. And then you took the players. Understand, every school that you take one from, especially those small districts, single school districts.
What?
Like DeSoto, ISD, they have one high school in the whole district, Adam. So that means when you take from one, you taking from all. You taking from the whole, you taking from the administration. It ain't like HISD or DISD. They got multiple schools.
You know what? You know who I wish I was. I wish I was on the other side with the debt committee and the SEC. I just want to hear what they said about this shit. You know, I hear Shannon and all of y'all, well, it was wrong and it was a BS. But I really, me personally, I want to be on the other side hearing what they saying about, man, these mama got to be out there rabbit ass mind to think we're gonna let this stuff go. I wish I was on the other side so I can hear what these people saying about y'all. All you people that's mad and are up in arms, and they saying, dude, 1, 2 players, okay. The lady that took somebody, I ain't saying the lady, the parents and everybody. Y'all can't do that. Maybe y'all need to watch the Chop. Jimmy, their problem is them people in Dallas, Palmerana told them not to watch the Chop Shop. They ain't watching the Chop Shop enough up there, Jimmy, in Dallas, no more. They used to a long time ago when Alan Branch was around. But they don't watch it enough up there. Cause you done told the people in Houston, we done told the people in Houston how you do this. Try to show a little bit more up there in Dallas. This is not a great topic. Somebody talking about this is not a great topic.
Know what they said?
Yeah, he said great topic to seem to happen more. It's not a great topic. No, it's not a great topic. We shouldn't even be talking about this mess. Rodney. It's not a great topic to talk about. No. Y'all need to know. Y'all ain't nowhere in the world. I don't know who this lady is. Wait a minute. She used to coach at DeSoto. Baby girl, yeah. I don't know you. But Jimmy said the block is hot. I guess you know the block is hot. But
it's hot. Scorching.
Baby, please watch the Chop Shop up there in Dallas.
Jump Out Boys came, man. They came. Jump Out Boys
came, man. They came. And then plastered all over. People all over the country texting me. This is what they texted me, Rodney. This is what the people texting me, Rodney. Let me show you what I got texted this morning. About 2 or 3 texts. I read the Dallas Morning News. What's going on in Texas out there for sports? I got about 6 of these, Rodney. Rodney, they said, hey, Rodney, they want to know my thoughts. Rodney, my thoughts? I ain't got no thoughts. I wish I was in that hotel Jimmy talking about. What you said, Jimmy, in the hotel the night before? I wish I was in a. I just want to hear what them people saying about them players and their mamas and daddies, and I want to hear what they saying. I done heard from y'all on this side. I don't want to hear from y'all no more because y'all don't watch the Chop Shop. If you watch the Chop Shop, y'all could have played the 18. Jimmy, we didn't gave you. Christian gave you. We didn't gave y'all the game. But y'all just somebody thought the administration, because I can't just blame the mama. I can't blame the black lady, the school. But somebody had to be over it. Don't she have a boss? Jimmy, don't she have a boss? Is it an athletic director?
Hey, man, somebody hired her.
Somebody had to hire, right?
Somebody hired her.
Y'all, some of this stuff, this math ain't mathing.
Somebody hired her. And, they figure they can pull it off. And like all the time, you pull it off and realize the risk versus reward. And guess what? Like, if this would have only been maybe 3 girls, they would have probably got ruled not eligible. Maybe one of them might have got through, but it wouldn't have been this much attention.
And they already don't like in South Dallas. Y'all winning too much and everything. I didn't even hear.
The boys are.
The boys are. That's what I'm talking about. The boys are. Jimmy, people get mad at the whole program because of the boys. What are you talking about? Yeah. They get mad at everybody.
Now here come the girls coming down.
Huh? And they know the girl. They trying to stop them before they come. That's what they trying to do. So we just got to be smarter up there, y'all. Y'all need to watch the Chop Shop just a little bit more. Everybody that follow Faith Family, go subscribe to YouTube right now, Chop Shop Htx. That's what need to be happening. Paul Miranda, I am appalled at you. Jimmy, let's get out of here, man.
Yeah, man. It's time.
I know, Rodney. I know. Rodney said family been through. I can tell you know what you're talking about, Rodney. But Rodney, I'm just telling you, we got to be, man, oh, that's right. Oh, wait a minute. Rodney Johnson ain't Snoop Johnson, folks, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, your family. Oh, my God, your family been through it, Rodney. Rodney, you know what? Y'all used to watch. Snoop used to watch.
They went through it when it wasn't even no Instagram and wasn't even no.
You're right, Rodney, you're right. Rodney, I concur with you. I agree with you. I apologize. Rodney.
On both sides of the table. Both sides of the table.
Yeah.
Both sides of the table. Remember, the dad had to sit on the other side of the table.
Yeah.
Right. For many other people.
Rodney, you're right. But Rodney, Snoop used to always watch the Chop Shop. I don't know why he ain't have everybody in Dallas watching the Chop Shop. The Chop Shop is not a Houston show. Hold up. Hey, I'm going to help you out. Jimmy's in Houston. Rodney, guess where I'm at? I'm in sunny LA right now. Ooh, it look good out there too, Jimmy. Hey, Rodney, so we're a national show, right? So I love Dallas. I would love the Dallas to be a little bit more part of this because I think those parents need to understand this too. This ain't no Houston show. It was just Houston founded. But now we internationally known and locally accepted. Somebody told me that, Jim. Somebody told me that. But he told me my feelings hurt. No, Paul Miranda. I know you my biggest advocate. You our biggest advocate up there. But you need to do more. You got to do more. Paul Miranda. People got mad that time you was talking about the coaches on there. No, we got to do more. Dallas, this is your show too. Memphis, this is your show. Atlanta, this is your show. All over, this is y'all show, man. This is y'all platform. Me and Jimmy and them, we just control. You know what? We just the facilitators. We just the vehicles. It's up to y'all to get in this Rolls Royce and drive it if you want to. Jimmy, it's up to them to get in this. Jimmy, they got a new one called the Spectra. Oh, my God. They got a new Rolls Royce called the Spectra. Yeah, y'all got a Rolls Royce up here, Dallas, and y'all won't even put the keys in. Don't even know how to put the keys in and drive it. He said, I'm calling you tonight. Hey, man, I had fun, man. Hey, y'all, we got to be able to laugh at stuff like this, but we got to be able to educate and inspire people to say, dog, it was a way. It was a way to get this done. But y'all, it got to be concerted. Y'all had to be like Michael Jackson and the Jackson. Everybody in the Temptations. Everybody had to been dancing and saying the same exact things. It's a way to get Jimmy. A wise man told me a long time ago, Rodney, it's a right way to do wrong. And he said, Hannah, it's a right. Jimmy, before we get out of here, blue heaven. Jimmy, I'm going to the parade. Jimmy, I'm invited to the parade. I'm going. I didn't go to the Astro parade. I'm going to Mookie Filet parade. Yeah, don't hate on me. Hey, we just look at the TV. You're gonna see me up there. I got Memphis some Dodgers stuff and everything. I got my yeah. It's on. Jimmy, I might put.
Glad you finally make it to.
Huh?
Glad you can finally make it to a parade. Glad you can finally make it to a World Series parade. Glad you finally can make it to one because in 2020 they didn't have a World Series parade.
I know, Jimmy. We had the COVID, but that's all right.
I'm glad y'all can finally make it to a parade. Now, and for the sake of this, as we get ready to get up out of there, got to go get to a meeting. I was rooting for the Dodgers. I wouldn't have minded to see Game 6 though back in LA. I just love the backdrop in LA versus in New York. But I was rooting for the Dodgers in this series.
I don't blame you.
This series.
We got room. We got room for you.
No. But it was for multiple reasons. I felt like Aaron Judge was manufactured. I really felt that Aaron Judge was a James Harden of baseball. And now New York feels that way now. He done got to the postseason. See what happened when you just when you thought you could root for him, he goes and hit a home run. Just when you thought Judge came around the corner, Judge go and drop that ball and then get burnt. He dropped the ball, Haller, and then turned around and got burnt in the same inning.
Joe did.
Got burnt mean you let a ball go over your head that you could have caught.
Jimmy, we got to get off the show. Because Mindy didn't come on here and start talking crazy. I got to get off. Can we get off the show? She didn't come up here talking about we. She didn't come up here and got me. She been going on vacation for a while. Now she come get me.
So hey, let me tell y'all something. Soto, if you look at the Astros roster and you see how many players they have who name ends with Z, who ends with you got how many Dominican players or South American players on the Astros roster, and you understand that is attractive to a locker room, especially Soto ain't but 25 years old, Haller.
He look old as hell though, Jimmy.
He look old, yeah. He ain't but 25.
He damn birth stiff.
He ain't but 25. They changed his good. He ain't but 25, so they say.
Yeah.
But guess what? Can you imagine him at Sunday Fun Day? They bring that boy ass down to Houston. We got the soccer thing about to come in 2026. If Soto came to H-Town, he said he entertaining all 30 teams. They put that microphone in his face out of last night, and they say, "We know you're a free agent. You know what you think about coming on back? We heard you might running on back again." He looked at them and said, "No, that ain't true."
Jimmy, he had a 1-year deal, so you know that.
He said that ain't true. He said it was fun in here. I like the people in this city. Blah, blah, blah. But guess what? That ain't true. I ain't say y'all coming back.
And then Jimmy, he go to another team. He don't have to shave off his mustache, goatee. No, with the Yankees, you got to shave all that shit off.
Guess what? Astro.
You can wear whatever you want, Astro.
You got Altuve, Pena. I mean, the whole crew.
Hey,
they gonna show young fella around and show him how to get down. Guess what? H-Town undefeated, man. What's that little point guard? The little point guard used to play with Trae Young? What's his name? Where he at now? The little guard. Played for the Spurs. But guard that played on the side of Trae Young. He left the Spurs and went to Atlanta. The guard.
Oh, DeJounte Murray.
Okay. So H-Town sprung DeJounte Murray.
It did. No, it didn't. No, it did. No,
good.
No, she didn't. Jamie, no.
They sprung Deshaun Watson.
Oh, he ain't been no good. Yeah, all right.
They sprung Drake. He put the girl name in the record, made that girl popular. She ain't sang damn song. Everybody was just going trying to find this stripper.
Malia.
Oh, you know, yeah, you go. They sprung who else they sprung? James Harden. Sprung James Harden. They retired his T-shirt. That means you get your jersey retired. They retired his name in the club. Hung it from the Raptors. James Harden. Hey man, I can go on and on. On and on. This thing. Hey, don't get it twisted. We can go back in the days now. We can go back. This H-Town, it almost sprung your homeboy. It almost sprung your partner.
Who?
It almost sprung Sam I Am. Sam was young. It almost they might have snipped that old Sam Cassell.
Sam a player, man.
They sprung Barkley. They sprung Vernon Maxwell. Maxwell player too, but they sprung him a little bit. He couldn't stay out of there. Sprung Stevie Franchise. These chicks in H-Town done got the best
special. They special. You know what? But Jimmy, I don't think it's the chicks because they ain't sprung everybody. Them guys can be springable. They are springable. like Googleable. Them dudes are springable. Everybody ain't springable. That's all. That nigga says spring.
I got to get up out of there. Don't forget,
man. I got to go. I see
guys, this weekend we're gonna be at Delmar for the Girls Kickoff Classic. That's going down at Delmar Fieldhouse. Duncanville coming in town. Duncanville versus Side Springs, #1 in the state versus #3 in the state. It's going. The girl from Side Springs, you know, she just committed to South Carolina last week. That's going to be a hell of a matchup. Multiple Division I players on that court. We got Bel Air and DeSoto. Speaking of DeSoto, right behind it, we got Seed King and Dawson. We got Pearland and Dickinson. We also got Hardin Jefferson and Hastings going to open things up. And of course, the last game of the day, we're waiting. We had unfortunate news that Hitchcock High School pulled out of the event. Okay. Hitchcock High School, Adam. Hitchcock High School. Here's what they told me. I read this to you guys. Due to the injury to some of our upperclassmen and in the absence of several other key players being unable to attend due to preparing for the first round of volleyball playoffs, we are down bodies to compete this weekend and we'll be unable to attend. We just don't have enough players to make it happen. We hope you understand, and we know this may be a huge inconvenience. We sincerely apologize for that. And that is coaches from Hitchcock High School. So we are looking for a replacement team. Many of you girls out there and you parents of girls, you complain about wanting smoke all the time. Summer Creek is ranked #2 in the state. You want some smoke or you want some good film for your kid to get recruited off of? That's one of the perfect teams to come out there and have your kid might have a career day. Guess what? What you got to lose? If you want to take Hitchcock's place, that game will be Saturday at 5:30. Luckily, it's the last game of the day. I don't have to worry about it. If you don't, no takers, then guess what? We move on and make a business decision. But the spot is open. If you got a team out there, and somebody they want to replace Hitchcock versus Summer Creek, come on with it, and you can get it on down on Saturday evening at Delmar Fieldhouse. But anyway, we got to get up out of here. I got to go this week. And I'll see you guys on Monday.
Jim Hicks, Rob Hatter, you are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro. Let's get it. We in the Chop Shop. We live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk. We live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up. It's live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. We live.